7 days. That's how long I have to finish this castle here. More specifically, how much time I have to fill it with traps, enemies, loot, and a boss fight. In 1 week from now, a friend of mine is flying out to visit me here in Canada. And as a surprise, I want him to be able to playtest this level here. And I may have procrastinated until I only had a week left to finish this, so... Anyways. Just by flying around this castle, you can tell that it is massive, and it is filled with many different areas and rooms. So grab your popcorn, because it is time for yet another HOA devlog. Alright, so first things first, let me give you a tour of this build here. Most of this was not done by me, instead being done by the lead builder of the map, although I did help with some parts. The level is split into 3 main parts, indicated by these gates here and here. Now, the first part has you walking through a bunch of different hallways, which at the moment are fairly empty. Although there are some museum exhibits such as these crystals here, there's also some plants, and whatever is supposed to be here, I don't remember. The second part of the castle is the Royal Gardens. And while this area does have a few hallways connecting to these lower parts, there are also staircases that lead to the upper part of the garden. And my god, this area is pretty big, and it has a lot of trees and ornamental hedges and pathways. Yeah, it's a lot. And then the third part of the castle is the throne room. And we'll get more into that later on in the video. But basically for now, what I want to do is fill in the first part with different secrets and enemy encounters and loot. My idea is pretty simple. There's going to be these like armor stands with, you know, armor on them, go figure. But then I want like the armor stands to come alive and start attacking you, and that's going to be the main enemy type for this level. You ever see those movies where there's like a museum exhibit that like comes alive? Yeah, it's basically just like that. I'm just gonna steal that idea from pop culture. All right, I think I've gotten something that I'm happy with. So around this room, there's these armor stands that do not have arms, and these are just fake. They don't do anything, you can't interact with them, whatever. But then there's also armor stands that do have swords or shields or whatever it may be, and these are enemies. They're a little slow. I might make them a bit faster, but this is basically just a generic husk. And over here I have a copper one and an iron one that team up to fight you. They have a lot of health, by the way. I gave them 30 HP, and also they have armor, so they're pretty hard to take out. I also need to come up with the better way of resetting these enemies, because right now I just have to manually place in the armor stands, which is, you know, not very efficient. And I will probably forget what is supposed to go where. So there's probably going to be a better way to make this resettable in the future. Alright, so I've gone ahead and increased their damage and speed to make them a bit more threatening, and yeah, okay. That's pretty fast. 4 hearts of damage from the guy with the axe. I'm pretty sure he does more than the guy with the sword, though. Alright, there we go. We have the main enemies of the level. That's really awesome. I've also gone ahead and worked on a bunch of the other rooms. You see we have some museum exhibits here for some gemstones, as well as a few other enemies. And guys, each of these exhibits actually has a little bit of lore to go along with them. I hate the fact that lecterns open a redstone signal. I have to come up with a better block than shelves. I'm using them instead of trapdoors because if I use this, you can see it flicks trapdoor, which I don't want. Whose idea was it to make lecterns emit a redstone signal? God, I hate this. This is terrible. I might just... yeah, there you go. Problem solved. But anyways, that's actually it for the first part of the castle. Yeah, I know, it's pretty short. It's supposed to be a kind of beginner area to get your bearings with the level. Although that doesn't mean there aren't some secrets that I've hid for you to find. Anyways, back in the main hall, I've actually made a couple of changes, namely shortcuts back to other parts of the level. I mean, come on, I saw this gate, and I saw that there's another room right there. Of course I'm gonna connect the two. There's also this, like, big skull thing in the center of the room, suspended by chains. I think it looks a bit goofy. I might come back to this later and revise it. I would explain what it's supposed to be, but that would be spoilers for the lore, so you're gonna have to figure that out by yourself. Welcome to day 2. Today I want to work on the second part of the castle. Now the first few rooms here may just seem like it's exactly the same as the first area, but eventually you come out to the outdoors, and this directly connects to this large area known as the Royal Garden. Now this in itself is pretty big, but it's not the only thing in the second area. There's also these two large towers here, both of which I want to be playable areas, and there is currently nothing inside of them. So, yeah, I've got my work cut out, basically, is what I'm trying to say, for this section of the level, so let's get to it. And the rest of day 2 was spent doing exactly that. For example, this tower here is now accessible and actually has an interior. And in the top room, I'm planning on having some chests in here with some pretty good rewards. Also attached to this tower is a path that goes along pretty much the entire high wall of the castle. Over on this side of the wall, you actually pass by the entrance to the level, and further along you get to this section here, which I haven't put anything in here yet. I'm planning on it, okay? Like, for example, I want the player to be able to open this gate here, which can shortcut right back to the start. On the other side of the castle wall, we actually have a split path here. This way it cuts around the back side of the castle and ends up pretty much at a dead end here, as you can see by this fence, which blocks entry. Going up the neighboring staircase, however, you come to this massive statue here. This is actually a statue of the king of the castle, because as a wise man once said, every castle needs a king, otherwise it can't just be just the castle, and that's boring. Yeah, anyways, as you can probably tell, the second part of this level is a lot larger than the first, guys. I haven't even filled in the interior of this other tower. I still need to figure out a way for the players to get inside of here. But I guess that's just something to update you guys on at the beginning of day 3. So on day 3, I decided to do a developer live stream where I worked on the castle. Because yes, I do dev streams now, and I'm planning on doing them more frequently. Anyways, here's a couple of highlights from that stream. Oh, okay, they renamed it. Bruh. This is the content that people come to the streams for. What the fuck am I doing? Who the hell is that? You wouldn't understand. You wouldn't get it. You just wouldn't get it, bro. Part of the HOA experience. Should I just put this texture pack into the HOA texture pack? Like, we'll do anything but develop HOA. I don't know what you're talking about. This is very productive, okay? I'm being so productive right now. And in case you couldn't tune in, at the end of the stream, I made a very important announcement. I now have a Patreon where I will be posting exclusive updates for the map. So if you want to support me directly, then you can go to patreon.com/Slypador. There'll be a link in the description. It's only $2 per month. I didn't want to make it super expensive, unlike these assholes. Anyways, as for a quick recap of what happened in the dev stream, down here I made a wine cellar for the castle because of course castles need wine to drink, duh. I also went ahead and added a way for the players to get into the second tower here, and the interior for it is already finished. But there's also some work that I did while not on the live stream. For example, there's a new enemy type. It's the same as the Copper Soldier, except he uses claws instead of an axe. There's also a version of the Iron Armor Knight that uses a spear. I'm probably gonna die here, actually. Why can they jump at me? What is it? Okay, yeah, cool. Well, I guess that's everything to show off for day 3. Now moving on to day 4. And at this point, I'm actually close to being able to work on the boss fight. Alright, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm actually recording this on day 5 now because I was very busy yesterday with other things. But I did get some things done. For example, all the mobs on the walls of the castle are now in place. I also went ahead and kind of expanded the wine cellar here because I thought it was a bit too small, so I added some more pots and barrels and stuff. Another cool thing I did was add paintings, so I can just do that now. Look, I can put in whatever image I want as a data-driven painting, and it just works. I also figured out a way to reset these armor stands here, so let's say they're gone because, you know, they turn into mobs, and then you kill the mobs. I could then run this function, and then they just get properly reset. There's actually markers here at each of the armor stands, and the markers store all the data of this armor stand. And whenever I run that function, it basically just summons a new armor stand and then loads all the data that's relevant into it. Isn't that cool? I think that's cool, right? That's cool, right? Yeah, I did a cool thing. Cool. God, I am talking so fast, my god. Anyways, the second part of the castle is now mostly done, besides just, you know, filling in the chest loot, which is boring. You don't care about that. But once I get done with that, we can finally get on to the third part of the castle, with the throne room. Oh, also, there's a convenience store in the third part of the castle, because why not? I actually need to put a clerk in here and furnish it, so I'll do that real quick. Alright, hi, I'm recording this, like, many hours after the last clip. It's still the same day, though, don't worry. I was planning on just adding this clerk here that sells you items and stuff, but then I just decided to knock out all of the enemy placements and chest loot for the entirety of the second section of the castle. Which may not seem like a lot, but to put that into perspective, the first section had about 20 chests, and the second section has over 100. It really doesn't look that way on the map though. Like, this part here is the first section, and then everything else is the second section. Why is it 5 times as many chests? Oh my god. Also, this lower area here is now complete. It has horses and stables. That's what it was meant to be in the first place. And you can open up the gate now. Guys, this castle is huge, man. It's a lot bigger than what I initially anticipated. And I'm a bit concerned because I have only left myself 2 days to do the boss fight. But here is the idea. Eventually, players will reach the throne room. And when approaching the throne, I want this entire thing to just slide back. And this will reveal that underneath the throne is a hole. When the player falls down this hole, they will realize that this is not the actual throne room where the boss fight takes place. Because this is the throne room where the boss fight takes place. And it is massive. And I only have 2 days left to finish this. Can I actually do this in time? I don't know, let's find out. And I'm not gonna lie, this is the part of the video where things just take a ridiculous turn. At this point, I really realized I probably did not have enough time to finish the entire boss fight in just 2 days. There were still animations to be done. There was the cutscene of the throne sliding back, as well as the cutscene of the boss actually spawning in. And then I had to implement all the animations and make sure that they work correctly. Spoiler alert, they didn't! On some of his animations, whenever he finishes this big combo, he just snaps right back into place and just does another attack instead of, like, actually returning back to his default position and then starting a new animation. And I don't know why. And my god, it was just so frustrating trying to bug fix this. And eventually I did get it, but by that point it was day 7. I was running out of time. I tried so hard to get this done within the allotted time limit that I gave myself. And I was making good progress as well. Look at this, some attacks are implemented. But it just wasn't enough. There was an entire second phase left to do. And at this point, it was day 8. But even when all of my friends were visiting me, and even when I was drunk out of my mind, I was still working on the boss fight.
What if we nuked California?
That would decrease the water usage.
It would also decrease the population by like 40 million.
Yeah.
Like San Fran. Guys, we can nuke San Fran. Nothing of value we lost. So maybe I failed to finish this level in 7 days. But at least, in the end, I had fun with my friends. That makes it sound like there's some like deeper meaning behind this video. There really isn't. I just wanted to make a fun thing in Minecraft for my buddies. That's literally it. That's all it is, okay? Roll the tape.
Infinite.
No, don't give yourself infinite speed. What the fuck? Oh my god. Oh my god. How do you feel about the museum?
It's pretty cool.
Oh no, what, how the fuck did, what, wait, what, I guess just don't right-click them as they're spawning in. I guess that just deletes your weapon, I don't know, that's something I need to fix. I'm not giving you more, you're not allowed more gapples if you run out, I've decided. Because there's chests, you know, and exhibits, and lore. There's a lot of stuff.
I'm not reading all that.
What do you, okay, dude.
Oh, I need to follow the fucking arrow. I'm so smart.
Yeah, we really didn't want players to get lost in this level, so we just put arrows everywhere on the floor.
Dude, Daniel, it's the fucking yellow paint.
Did we put yellow paint in our fucking game?
Oh, ew. Why would I want to read? Ew, cringe. I'm an Undertale fan. I can't do that. Okay.
Alright, so you complete the first part of
Oh my
the castle.
god. Oh god.
That's the first part of the castle.
Alright. Let's take a look. What is this? Old fragment of Nurmurd. I guess I'm gonna get jumped by this guy right here.
No, who would have thought?
Oh shit, why is he so fast? No, you know, fuck it.
Oh my god, he's doing a corpse run. Someone stop him.
Okay, where the fuck am I going? I don't know. I'll figure it out.
He's gonna get cornered and die. I'm calling it now.
Oh fuck.
Oh,
Mind me, don't mind me, don't mind me.
Half a heart.
Don't mind me.
There's an archer right there.
Don't mind me.
You're dead.
I hate this. I hate this. I'm just waltzing right through here. I went the wrong way.
His ass went the wrong way. His ass did not follow the linear progression path. Are you having fun?
Yes, actually.
You are just not doing this correctly. I'm gonna be so for real.
That's what makes it funny. Oh, I thought that was good. I saw the enchantments go, and I was like, wait a minute, you put thunders in here. But no, it's tactical tree. What the fuck even is this? Parries grant speed. That's actually really good. That's actually really good.
Even this shit sucks. Read the effect. Never mind.
Never mind, bro. It's actually kind of good. Wait, so if Chris is a non-binary they/them, and I'm the soul inside of them, does that mean I'm LGBT?
I want you to die with the, like, by striking yourself with lightning.
Fuck.
He died to the lightning bolt.
My thunders.
That chest right there had a key item, by the way.
What, the chest in
The chest, like, back where you died.
Oh my god.
You died right next to the key item. It's kind of fucked up. You've used over half a stack of golden apples.
I'm very bad at this game.
Like,
Okay, so I have the key item though. Do I have to go over here?
read the key. Can be used to unlock a door in the royal gardens of Castle Mahal. Okay, dude.
I just took the Mona Lisa, bro.
Mona Lisa? Have you ever seen the Mona Lisa?
No.
What do you mean, no?
I'm joking. It looked like the Mona Lisa, so that was the first thing my...
The Mona Lisa's literally right over there. Like, in there. Why did you turn to the left in real life? Okay, stop breaking the painting.
Let's read this. I see if... I don't care.
Great.
Yeah, no, I'm not dealing with that. I'm not dealing with that. I'm not dealing with that. I'm not dealing with any of these motherfuckers. Oh, these things look pretty good.
Don't fucking... I fucking hate you, dude.
I'm here to piss you off and piss you off only. This one actually looks sick as fuck. I ain't breaking that. No, bro, that's tough as fuck. I ain't even breaking
No,
that.
that's not as fuck.
It's rough fuck. This is mine now, by the way. Ow. The fucking concrete scraping on the ground sound effect.
Yeah. What about it?
Whee.
The fade to black, everyone's favorite transition.
Work. Oh, this is the place!
Okay, so you're about to get bitched. It's time for the actual boss fight. Alright, you survived a solid 2 seconds.
Does it spawn me back here? Oh, god damn it.
You parried. To be fair, you did watch me code some of this, so don't be surprised if you knew a little bit. I have a piece of advice. Don't use the Thunder Sword. I think it's just actively killing you. You have a different sword, yeah.
I just put it with, like, sharpness 1.
Sharpness doesn't exist in this game. So.
Then what?
Bro hasn't watched the devlog where I talked about all the different enchantments in the map. Really? You're so lazy that you're putting your spawn point in the fucking arena. Really? That's why putting your spawn point in the arena, it doesn't properly reset the boss. Because you never leave the arena.
Yeah, no, this is my advantage. This is the advantage I'm getting.
This is the advantage he gets. He's just allowed to just get as many tries as he wants. He's parrying. He's doing it. He's doing so good. Yo, he parried the strong attack! Dude, he's so good at video games! Yo, he's doing it. Insane. Yo, here it comes.
Are you fucking serious?
You win. Okay, get behind the pillar.
No, fuck you.
Or I guess you can. Well, your bro's dead.
I'm still alive. Oops, I didn't want me to drop that. I did I guess you could truly say this really was what was the name of the boss again?
God.
So anyways, that's everything that happened in this devlog. So make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you'll be told when I upload the next devlog in like 4 months. I don't fucking know. Oh, and also join our Discord and sign up to my Patreon. Yeah, okay, bye.